We are live.
Good afternoon and good evening, one and all, to round three of the IFL 3 Formula 3 Championship. It's been a great season so far. We've had sparks flying, we've had inter-team battles, and we're just joining now for the last few minutes of the practice session before we get underway tonight. We've got some new drivers in the field tonight. Rob, how are we looking? Sorry, Alex.
Well, Rob's looking okay on track, sitting
In the
in fourth
car.
right now. But yeah, looking pretty good. We got a good strong field, 16 drivers so far. I expect a couple more people hopping in here. So yeah, we're looking like a good strong field of drivers here tonight.
It's Yeah, just looking up and down the field there, we got some newcomers tonight, as well as our returning main protagonists for this points finish here. We've got Caitlin Height, we've got Isaac Saulas, we've got Buddy Boggs, Vinny Ferreira, Brad Nia, and I think that is our newcomers. So that's at least 4 or 5 drivers there. Good stuff, good stuff. And the times that we're seeing right now, obviously we've had a 1 hour practice session elapse. We are at the 59th minute, and the times are spread between a low 128. Again, expected to see Shegetman at the top there. Good stuff. Spread all the way down to a 134 there, right at the back. So work to do in qualifying for these guys, and I can't see a Michael Morbetto, and I can't see an Alex Gutnik.
Yeah, they are both out. Have real life karting duties that they have to tend to. They are probably watching right now, saying, "Damn, I wish I could be in the race." But like I said, they got real life karting that they're hitting, so they're trying to do it for real, not just in the game here. So
Good luck to you guys then. If you watch this race back later on, good luck for your karting adventures. You will have already done that by the time you watch this, but I hope you did well. And yeah, I wonder how Shegetman's going to be thinking about that now. Obviously, for those two, he'd have 2 wins on the table right now because he's finished behind at least 1 or 2 of those Lumos cars at each round so far this season. Although it's only the 3rd round, he must be desperate for a win this week.
right, and this is I think as close as it gets to Cristiano's home track. So
Oh yeah.
I
So we're
think
rooting for you, buddy.
this is the home field advantage, home track advantage here that Cristiano's got, and we're also missing. It looks like one of our big front runners for qualifying last week, Stathis, and practice is now
Yeah.
over here. So we'll see these guys start hopping on track for quali.
And I can't see a Chris Springer either. That also was very fast last week. So yeah, this is going to be a very different race. As we're just looking at the first driver now to come out the pit lane. We are seeing Rob take to the track. We're seeing one of the turning point drivers take to the track. Getting out nice and early, avoiding the traffic. Yeah, we've got quite a few cars coming out the pit lane now.
Yeah, we're gonna hop to our blimp view here while we
Not everyone opting to go straight away.
while we get these guys announced here. We're going to go to our race info. Let's see what they're looking like out on the track today.
36 laps.
Yep, 36 laps. It's not a long lap. It's only about a minute 20, 28, 29 these guys are running. But 36 laps. And we have temperature sitting at about 65 for ambient temperature, 81 for the track temp right now, but that should go down on a little bit. It's cloudy out, and the sun is starting to go down here. These racers go at a little bit before dusk, so or dawn, whichever one.
Nice optimum session, really. I mean, you could be thrown into the middle of a hot summer day. You could be thrown into a windy morning. There could be many things, but that as a session, nice and cloudy, not too much wind to affect the cars. Just and plenty of grip in the evening. There, the track should come to them over the next what they'll be out on track now, close to an hour and a half from now to the end of the race. Yeah, so that you should see times drop between now and the end of the race, really.
Yep, yeah, you'll see these times start going down and down. Because they'll be
A couple of drivers now just starting their first flying laps. We're just seeing now. I see 2 come over that came up the pit lane, 2, 3. So yeah, in a minute and a half's time, we shall start to see some of these times come into the board. See how some of these new guys can fit into the order there. But yeah, all eyes on Cristiano Schegerman really this weekend, having the fastest time into practice. It's his home Grand Prix. The other two guys that have beaten him in the previous 2 weeks aren't there, so we really are. He's got to be thinking about nothing but P1, and he's got to have a flawless weekend. And if he does so, I do believe that may take him to the lead in the title. I don't want to jump to conclusions or jump forward in time, but if he does well this weekend, he could take them both.
Yep, let's look at the driver's standings. And right now we have Michael Morbeto, Alex Gutnick fighting it out as teammates here.
No, that's last week's. That's round 1.
Oh, that is round 1. That is my bad. Sorry, guys. Well, then that means my constructors is also round 1. So we'll just go off of memory. But Alex Gutnick and Michael Morbeto right now fighting it out for first. Only a few points away from each other. But, yeah, Cristiano is not far behind. I want to say he's about 10 points behind both of them. But Corey Schartzer is the first driver to put down a time with a 1:31.5, just getting those tires warmed up. Let's hop down onto the track with these guys.
Must have been a mistake there for Rob, because this be his second lap, and we've not seen a time go up on the board as of yet. I think now pretty much everybody out on track, so people will be looking for their spaces. You don't get too much dirty air with these F3 cars. Although you don't want the distraction, unless it's your teammate and you've organised it that you're working together. Not really a massive payoff at Zandvoort, but it'll be pretty much, this session will be just about getting the space that you need on the track.
Yep.
Not too close to the car in front, not too close to the car behind, no pressure. Find a gap and get your laps down.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of straightaways that you can really get that toe. You have the straight right here that Rob is just about to go down. And that is going into a really quick, or actually really slow chicane. You have to slow down very quickly in order to get through it right. Rob throws it in there a little wide in the first part.
Yeah.
And then you have a short straight here coming around, setting you up for the long straight.
Rob there with a couple of purple sectors there at the bottom of the screen. That's nice to see. Rob has been fast this season, has had a couple of optimistic moments, but we haven't really seen any decent at the end of the race finishes. He needs a good point sort as he shoots to the top of the timing board there. But don't be eluded, guys. We've got a hefty tyre warming cycle on this F3 car. Unlike a lot of the cars on iRacing, you tend to get a little bit of tyre warming, but these cars are super affected by those cold tyres. That first lap, you might as well throw in the bin. The second lap, if you're really good, you might get a quality lap down, but you know that the third and the fourth and the fifth, it's going to be so much easier to beat those first 2 laps. So what you'll see now, already we can see from a lot of these drivers, they're not coming close at the moment to their practice times. You've got provisional pole there from Caitlin Height with a 29.5, and her best lap in practice was a 28.7. So pretty much everybody's still within, or a second off their overall best laps. But we should be getting now to the third or the fourth lap in these stints now, so these times will start to come down.
Yep, these guys are starting to get these tires at the proper temps now. They're starting to really get a feel for the track with this amount of fuel, and we're seeing from the
Cristiano saying he has a penalty that he can't qualify. Is that correct?
Yep, that is correct. Cristiano will be serving a no quality penalty this week. He had a penalty from last year that is carried over to this year that the stewards had overlooked. So he is going to be serving that today.
I thought he had, mistake me if I'm wrong, but I thought he had 2 penalty points. Regardless, that has made his weekend significantly more difficult, and he will have to now navigate himself around 20 F3 cars, being one of the fastest cars on the grid, and and quite clearly having to go through what I'm sure will be some lap 1 drama, if not 2, 3, 4 drama. We know how close it can get around Zandvoort. We had some tense fights yesterday in the F2 as they tried to find spaces to overtake on this. It almost seems very relentless, doesn't it? Even the back straight isn't very long, and you're back into turn 1, and it's 2, 3, 4, 5. You get caught up in that loop. The back straight isn't straight, and before you know it, you're back round to the start, and you're back into that section, the first sector again. It's a lap after lap after lap. It's very, very draining on your focus and your stamina.
Yep, yeah, it's a lot of quick turns. Left to right, right to left. When you're driving these cars, you're snapping your turn left, you're snapping your turn right. Especially here in this chicane, it's a quick right, quick left. So you're doing that lap after lap after lap, and it might seem like
not a lot of time to breathe. Yeah.
Right. It might seem like it's a shorter lap, only a minute and a half compared to some of these tracks where you're going for another 20, 30 seconds, but it's the number of turns on top of that many laps you go through. I think we're up to, I think this one has 13 or 14 turns. And you're doing that 47 times. It really wears on you. Your arms get tired. The elbows start creaking a bit. Your feet are getting tired because you're going through the pedal motions, braking gas, braking gas, braking gas, and back and forth and back and forth. So it really does wear on you.
When you start looking at some of the maths on these races, like if you worked out how many gear shifts per lap and how many corners turned and all that stuff, you start putting that all together, and you get some crazy, I think something stupid like 45 gear shifts per lap here, and obviously that times 37, you're hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gear shifts and braking zones, and it's good. That's the race. But we've got Rob there, quickest in the middle again. At the moment, Katie's still on provisional pole, but still quite far off of her ultimate pace in the practice session. Same with a few of these
Rob
guys.
Coming across now. Let's see. Rob takes it. 129.2. Takes it from Caitlin.
In the middle sector there. Good stuff.
And Matt Turner. Look at Matt Turner. He's got 2 purple sectors. 2 purple sectors.
This is going to be, this is looking like a good race for the Cuda boys tonight. Track's starting to come up now. The drivers that have been out there for a few laps and getting their tyres up in the good cycle. Fuel's coming down, tyres coming up, getting the good ones in.
Oh, Matt only with a 309.
Oh, I lost it all in the last sector there.
Yep. And we got Rob with another purple to start.
He's got a chance to have a good night tonight, hasn't he, Rob?
Yep.
This will be the first time we've seen him at this point fighting for what's looking like a pole on the table.
Yep. Let's take a look at some of these newcomers' cars. So we got Brad Neer. He's in the glove box racing. I think he's on the secondary glove box racing team. They have 4 drivers total, spanning 2 teams.
We have 2 in the red, is a red car with some white and black bits, and then there is a black car with some white and red bits.
Yep, they just mirror each other with the opposite colors. So then we also have new this week, Vinny Ferreira. He's coming out the pits now. He's for Turn 1 Racing, and he is in that iconic black with the American flag there. Looks like
the second Brazilian driver to join our league in the last 2 weeks.
Yep,
so
Victor Ribeiro is our first Brazilian driver, and we have our second here with Vinny Ferreira. I'm glad that we have so much diversity in our field. It's not just all U.S. drivers or all UK drivers. We got guys from all over the place. U.S.
Matt takes provisional pole. Oh, 28.7. Sorry to butt in there, buddy. I know we were talking about equality and diversity across the globe and how we've done ever so well to gather all sorts of types of drivers together. And there's the limit on that there. Trying to overdo that. The thing is with these cars as well, you do get a bit of this, and there you can see it from Katie there. They have a tyre cycle, and you may have seen Matt use the heat cycle that he's got in there in those tyres for that 28.7. And then the next time you come into turn one, the last time you came into turn one, they were off the back of a couple of cold laps. And then you really stuff in that 128.7 like he's just done there. And then you go for another one that's faster than that, or at least the same. And the car just won't stick because you've excited the tyres so much in the previous lap. Unlike you do in a race where you just get your rhythm down, you're really just punching in those single laps.
Yep, your qualifying pace is much quicker than your race pace normally.
It can be super easy to just push those tyres over the window and then you attempt another lap and they just won't do it. They just won't do it. Either that or Matt was just a little bit too hungry on the throttle there coming out of turn 4. But at the moment, the number 23 Cuda Works car, who we saw sit in last night in the F2 race for Chris Byram. He had a terrible race there. He got tagged up at the crashing at the start and all sorts of madness. Finished P12. Right now he's looking with a major redemption job there with a provisional pole there. We are halfway through the session. We have a good 12 minutes to go. But right now we have Matt Turner on provisional pole in the Cuda Works car. We have Rob Sliter in the Evo car, taking honours for second, and then we have a newest driver, Caitlin Height, sitting in third. But again, no real comparison yet. She's still a couple of 5 or 6 tenths off of her best time in practice. So Rob is currently 2 tenths off of his best time in practice, and Matt has bettered it. So Matt is really flying on the edge of his seat right now.
Yep, Anthony Wallace just moved up a few places here too. He had a purple first sector, so he got off to a good start, but he might be looking to get another quick lap in here.
There will be. I mean, if it stays like this, there shall be some interesting dynamics going into the race. There, you'll see. Obviously, we have Matt there in the orange and blue car, the Works Cuda. Oh, that looked a bit wide there from. That's very quick. And he just gets it through. Yeah, I thought that might happen. He just looked like he was too hungry through all of that middle sector there.
Gotta be careful coming back on here.
Yeah, we saw a couple of blocks last night in the F2, didn't we? A couple of mistakes that could have been smarter about how they rejoined the track there. But
yeah, and those guys will see some penalty points come their way.
Yep, we are in the first 2 rounds. Yeah, a little bit of grace given. We're only in race 3 of these of both of these cars. So, but if it stays the way we've got Matt Turner in the Cuda Works car, and then we've got Rob Sliter in the Cuda Evo car. Now, statistically, that's like Red Bull and Toro Rosso. Those teams are selected, but on driver speed and capability from previous results. And right now they're sat next to each other. Okay, Matt is the right way round, but Rob is certainly looking punchy tonight. And Caitlin right there behind that. I wonder how she susses all this out, or whether she can pip them both and get a good lap in, because at the moment, her fastest time in practice would be good enough for pole.
Yes, yeah, if she can get those tires up to temp, hit the lap like she knows she knows that she can, then we will be looking at a pole from her. But as of right now, she's not hitting her laps like she was in practice. So we'll see how she comes out here in the last part of qualifying. Another 10 minutes left, make that 9.
We're seeing quite a few drivers re-exiting the pits now. We've still got quite a few drivers sat in the pits, but I think we're just having that that little middle moment in the session where you come into the pits, you regroup, you get a new set of tyres on, you have a drink, a minute to think about all of the laps you put down and where you can improve, and you go out for a second go or a third go or whatever. But yeah, we've got 7-8 minutes of the session left to go, and yeah, it's still all to play for. I still think we're not looking at the pole time here.
Yeah, I think these guys got a little bit more, and girl have a little bit more in them.
The session should, as we were talking, like we were saying earlier. I mean, I know it's only a half an hour session, but as we come to the end of this, the more skilled drivers we'll see. we'll see an increase in pace. And we cannot forget about Cristiano Schegertman.
Yep,
with his 28 flat. That's no way near anybody's pace so far. That's nearly a second faster than what we've seen so far.
Right, we're gonna see some large amounts of passing by Cristiano if he makes it out of turn 1. He'll be, from our guys in the back, Dustin Slider looking at a 133.2 for his best. If he's 5 seconds faster on average than Dustin is, then he's going to be getting by these guys really quick. And Caitlin right now, he's got a purple sector in the second to last sector. He's coming across the line. We'll see if this can bump her up. And it does. She jumps up to a 128.792. She's only 4/100ths off of Matt.
Second driver into the 28s there.
And she's still on a good lap coming across here, which means she's got even less fuel this time around.
Let's keep an eye on the sectors there. So far,
and it just means she's got 6 drivers in front of her that are closer to finishing the lap.
if I had a piece of advice right now for Cristiano Schegertman, it would be calm and patient, and just let this race. It'd be so easy to blow it all in the first 2 corners or 2 laps with this varied skill level. You've got drivers out there can't do faster than a 133 qualifying, and he's 5 seconds faster than that. So I think it would be very easy to poke that car up a gap that disappears and lose this whole weekend. He needs a real championship drive this day. He's got it all to play for. He could come from the back to the front, win this race, and take maximum points in the fastest lap and really stick it to those Lumos guys while they're not here. Or he could just throw this golden opportunity in the bin and it would walk away the same.
And Caitlin not improving on her time there. Yeah, and Cristiano is he's got a great opportunity. He's got to watch out for that turn 1 incident that seems to bite a lot of people.
Unbelievable pace difference. It's just that 28 flat.
And he's got to be patient. You know, get the passes down these straights. This straight Caitlin's going down right now, not a really good passing spot. No. This hill going downhill, not a good passing spot.
You get forced side by side into this one, and as you just seen, you want that great big sweeping cutback from the outside to the inside, and you just can't do that with another car there.
Right, this corner here, you're throwing your car into all of these corners.
Anthony Wallace with a purple middle sector there. God, I just don't know where to look.
Anthony here, let's take a look. He's got a purple sector in the middle, a couple greens.
Couple late bloomers in this session. They've taken them a while to get up to their qualifying rhythm.
Yep, Ryan Campbell has jumped into 4th as well.
Anthony now just coming around the last few corners there.
And 138.6. Oh, he must have spun out. He must have had a real heater lap going and spun out at one point.
Yeah. Oh. Things are getting fighty now. I mean, yeah, qualifying is a brain game, isn't it? It can be easy to just go out there and get a whole bunch of laps together and get flustered in all of them. And
so what we're seeing here might be a little bit of teamwork. You see his teammate waited for him. So the plan might be that Anthony is going to give a little bit of a tow to his teammate right behind him in Vinny Ferreira.
If you guys manage to pull this off, you're a better driver than me around this circuit. This is a out of all of the circuits on the calendar, I would that was a super interesting line through there. I think they're just going to lose touch with each other there.
Yeah, they probably are going to just be outside of that slipstream range. Oh no, and Cristiano saying he's going to prove us wrong.
Yeah, he's got fire in his belly tonight, hasn't he? It's good to see. It's good to see.
Well, if you can pull it off, Cristiano, great job. But the warning is there. We've warned you.
He's got it all. Yeah, I mean, I'm still shocked that we haven't seen anybody else come down closer than a 28.7.
Yeah, these guys were running just a good handful of them in 128s in the practice, so it is surprising. Ooh, catches a little dirt, and ooh,
Big mess there.
That's a
managed
rough
to get away
one.
quick.
Jump to our provisional pole sitter right now with 3 minutes left.
This will be, I mean, yeah, if he holds this pole down, this will be the first CUDA Works pole this season. The first CUDA pole went to Stathis in Nürburgring, but that lasted 4 laps. So pole is one thing, but racecraft is a whole different ball game.
Yep,
And I really do think we're going to see some fireworks tonight, especially with Cristiano coming up from the back, squashing the field into the front like that.
And we have a good lap here from Anthony Wallace. First sector is purple. He's coming around. Let's see what he's got in the tank. And when Anthony jumps up a place and knocks Ryan Campbell down.
Jumped up to P4 there, didn't he? Just gained 4 tenths on his best. He was in the 30s before us, and he's now 29.6. That's good to see.
Yep. So I expect at the end of this qualifying session, these guys are going to be putting down their absolute fastest. I mean, when you're in these pits, you're putting enough fuel in and timing it out to where your last couple laps that you're able to run with your optimal tires are right at the end of qualifying. So I expect a couple of these guys to give us some really good laps here.
And the new guys as well. We've got a newcomer in second. We've got a newcomer 7th. We've got a newcomer in 13th and a newcomer in 15th. So they are all over the place. We've got mixed skill from our existing drivers and mixed skill from our new drivers as well. Good stuff. And a new driver in P10. Sorry, Brad, I didn't mean to forget you there.
Yep, Brad Neer, one of our new drivers. Anthony coming across the line. We'll jump to Brad and take a look at him right now.
So this is, we are looking at Brad Neer, and he is
into the wall.
What is it with the camera? You poke the camera at someone and they end up in the wall.
I don't know. It's the curse of the camera, I guess. I swear I'm not shooting a sniper shot at him while we're looking at him here.
We have to be careful what we say already. Now we have to be careful where we who we show.
Yep, and we have a couple guys across the line that will be able to finish a lap. They get an additional 2 minutes to finish a lap after they cross the line.
But
looks like Eric Beddoes is our last guy to cross the line. If Eric Beddoes, Dustin Slider, Vinny Ferreira, and Anthony Wallace. We'll jump to Anthony, who's going to cross the line first.
These guys.
Maybe he won't cross the line first.
And just in the last couple of minutes of this session,
I can't point my camera. I can't point my camera at anybody. It just
no.
It's like I'm taking a shot at him.
These last ditch attempts, isn't it? It's just all of the laps you've done so far, plus a tiny little bit more. Just to let's just see if people go through that corner just a little bit faster than I've done it before. And yeah, you get caught out. We've seen a few of this now, haven't we? But yeah, this race, I definitely think we're going to see some frustrated drivers up and down the grid, especially if we get some mixes up on the grid start off the line, or if we get some crashes and things like that, because there's not a lot of space to overtake. We had plenty of room at Nürburgring the last round, lots of room to fight. Whoa!
Yeah, he said, yeah, I think I'm done with this car, and just sent it flying over the wall.
Please, for the love of God, don't do that in the race, man.
That would be that would be a little rough to do that in the race, because then about 15 of the 16 cars will be sitting on the side of the road.
So, as we tick-tock our last 10 seconds of this little session down, and there are no more drivers on track, Matthew Turner is our pole sitter for the Zandvoort Grand Prix, lining up against Katie Haid, a brand new driver. So that is going to be a fighty turn one. A new driver versus a veteran that's been here since the beginning of season 1. Anthony Wallace and Rob Sliter on row 2 there. So he is sat just behind. Rob is sat just behind his works counterpart. Ryan Campbell and Corey Schartzer make up the 3rd row. Isaac Saulus and Steve Bunting. It's good to see Steve Bunting up there in P8. I think that may be his highest qualifying start so far this season. David Trumbly in the Glovebox Motorsport car in P9 next to Brad Neer, finishing out the P10. So that is your top 10. We have Eric Beddoes and Nicholas Marshall on the next row behind that. Vinny Fiera and Tyler Lewis for 13 and 14. Dustin Sliter there with 15th and Buddy Boggs with 16th. And I think we have at least 2 drivers there that haven't qualified. Anton is not racing tonight, I believe.
Nope, Anton was just looking to get a little bit of a help with his teammates. He's going to be spotting them. So he was just in the session, and
yeah.
And obviously we've got Cristiano Schegertman unable to set a qualifying lap, serving a penalty from the previous season, right down in P18, looking to recover ground. So we've got 3.5 minutes of this warm-up session left as the drivers just try out their race setups again with full fuel and cold tyres and dry pullaways and coming in and out of the pit lane and anything that they've just got 5 minutes now to mentally prepare themselves or keep themselves in the rhythm. I know some drivers that just don't like to stop driving. They finish the qualifying session, they get straight back in the car and they keep driving all the warm-up session. They get back in the car for the race. They just don't like to break up that rhythm.
Yeah.
But some people choosing to sit in the pits and just wait for that 5 minutes. A good 5 minutes this.
Yep. Yeah, because these guys a few minutes to get mentally in the zone gives them the chance to get a drink, stretch out their legs, stretch out their arms, because it takes its toll on you. I mean, these guys are going to be in these cars for another 45 minutes to an hour, and they're going to be jumping left, jumping right, applying brake, applying gas. It's a workout for some of these guys. And the stress on top of it when you're racing around people just it heats things up. So you can see Brad Neer coming in for a practice pit stop. Another big thing a lot of guys do just to make sure that they have a good braking spot.
Get your marks right and stuff. Yeah.
So
it's
they
good
can
to see guys doing this.
They can get
really good.
Optimal pull into the pits. They're not losing time. They're going to get a good stop. Practice the stop, tires, fuel, and go. And then you're prepared
Not
for the
too
race.
bad,
You do this a couple times, and you're mentally prepared for it.
There's it's not too bad, this pit lane entry, but there is some diabolical pit entries, aren't there? So you've got to make sure you at least run it past yourself once or twice. But I just want to take this last minute and a half now before we grid up for round 3 at Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. Thank you for everyone that's watching the stream, and thank you for everyone that joins the race after it's live. Thank you for all the drivers for participating. Thanks for the sponsors, Butt Kicker, for supplying our prizes for the season. Thank you for everyone in the F2 and all the admin in the organisation that goes into this. None of us would be here if we all weren't here together. It's a great thing we've got here. And I'm very, very much looking forward to a very, very, very exciting round 3. Round 3 of 18.
Yeah,
Seemed
like yesterday we were in off season preparing all this stuff and getting drivers in, and now we have more drivers than we know what to do with, and 2 divisions that are full. It's really grown, and I can't thank all you drivers enough, and all the guys out there that help make this happen in the admin. Like Lewis said, and then obviously, like Lewis said, our sponsors, Butt Kicker. We also have Designs Ltd, We have Automoto News .gr, which is our Greek counterpart for Automoto News. And then we have a couple more sponsors that we'll announce next week that are in the works currently, that we just got to get an announcement set up for you guys. So a little something to look forward to next week.
Wow, that sounds exciting. Sounds exciting, definitely. Yeah, it's shaping up good. We've got some. Oh, there was something I was going to say about the drivers there. Slipped my mind.
Oh, we got Cristiano sitting. He's trying to prove a point here. I think that he is the fastest driver on the track.
That's it. We are here. Oh, here we go. So, for those that haven't watched the race, these guys have got to do, is it 34 or 37 laps? What have they got tonight?
36 laps tonight.
36 laps, mandatory pit for tyres, and they won't have enough fuel to make it to the end, so they must pit. Some cars will pit early and have a lighter first half of the race. Some will go long and have a heavy tank at the start, but all cars must pit at least once. As we see the drivers grid up now, less than 30 seconds to go, and we are going to see a banger of a race tonight.
Yep, and I'll let you take it away from here, Lewis.
Yep.
For our race start,
Matt,
we have 10 seconds here.
We have got Matt Turner taking his first pole for the season against a brand new driver, Katie, on the left, Rob on the right, and we've got Anthony Wallace sat there good in P3. Don't write that guy off as well. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and we're away. Anthony gets a great start there. Is he going to be able to scissor it in between the two? Oh, this is looking tight already. Pressure from behind. The second row got a better row than the first row. Caitlin up the inside of Matt there.
We're clean so far.
Is she going to be able to do this? No, Matt keeps his pole position. Rob just loses out to Anthony there. Manages to hold his... Oh no! Tight one there for Matt. He just lost it there on the exit there. No safety car, it seems.
No safety cars.
We've got another car off at the back there.
Oh, another one with, looks like, Dustin Slider.
Yeah, I think he's having trouble there. He's not in anyone's way though. I think that's going to be all good as the cars begin to make their way round now to the tighter section in the midfield. Rob's now looking good on Anthony for oh, we got a car off there as well. One of the cars off in the background. I mean, we knew this was going to be a messy start. Nothing blocking so far. Rob is looking great there for the lead. This is getting really tight now up front. He's looking on the outside there.
And these drivers are really pushing it in lap one.
Just started. Yeah, don't forget about the cold tyres. These guys are going to have to be really careful about just how much they want to press there. Obviously, Matt just showing there.
Yep, looks like Rob went off just the tiniest bit into the sand, and he's going to be pushed by Ryan Campbell.
Yeah, we've got one of the blue cars off as well in the back, but he got back on all safe. We've got one in the pits already.
Side by side. Ooh, off the track he goes. Ryan Campbell tapped by Rob Slider. And Rob has Caitlin to deal with now, who jumps up into second.
He's already under big heat from one of the turning point cars. I wonder if he's got damage on that F3 car of his.
You wanna see something crazy right now? We have Cristiano all the way up into seventh already.
Oh wow, good joke, good for him. So he's avoided so far all of the drama in front. Good man.
Look at him chase these guys down. Lap 2, tires are still somewhat cold.
On the back already. And as we know, Matt might have a tiny little bit of damage there. I feel like he's holding these boys up a little bit as Shegatman just looks up the inside there. Takes that place, and Matt's already off the track. Gives him that place for free.
Yep.
Everybody's struggling with that fast section right now with these cold tyres, aren't they? Yeah, this has gone from bad to worse with Matt. He started in the lead and he's all the way down in 10th right now. But we know he had pace. As we see Anthony Wallace up the front there in the lead from Caitlin.
Anthony
Third,
putting a little bit of a gap in between everybody, but this little section here, we got a train of about 6 cars, 7 cars. If you count the 2 guys in the back, about 8 cars here. And ooh, Matt again, just a little wide. I wonder if he's experiencing a little bit of understeer with his car.
maybe I feel like maybe he's nursing a bit of damage with that car. As we've got there coming down. There's a couple of moves
Wow, look at
going on.
2 packs of cars coming down the straight.
Coming in 3 wide. Oh, we got a lock up there. Nothing too crazy. Everyone gets through okay.
Oh.
No, we don't. We have a moment of contact there. A Wolfpack car off the track.
Nick Marshall off the track.
Unlucky.
Looks like
there,
he
Nick.
might have gotten into it with maybe Tyler Lewis.
Anthony
These
Wallace
guys
there,
are going
peeling away in the lead.
Too wide. This is just where we said it's not a good spot to overtake. We might
No.
see one.
God, just coming down now. I'm looking at Anthony getting away with his lead. I'm up on the blimp camera and I'm seeing it from a bird's eye perspective. This is good. 2 wide round in this one. Is Matt going to close the door? Not too hard. Leaving the door open there for Steve.
And let's see
Matt's
if
just
Matt.
cut the note there.
Let's see if Matt's gonna have a hard time with that edge. He cuts it real tight there instead of trying to push wide, and he's gonna try and make a move maybe. Nope, doesn't have the speed on Tyler Lewis in front of him.
Coming round now for the end of lap 3. We have, I will take us through the standing positions as we come round the last corner. Anthony Wallace stretching his lead out over Caitlin there, under pressure still from Rob Sliter in 3rd.
What a good little pack of cars we have here.
Yeah, 4th chasing, we have Cristiano Shegerman already up to P4, and then we've got this huge gaggle of cars there behind David Trumbley. And we've got Ryan Campbell, Tyler Lewis, Matt Turner, Steve Bunting, and Victor Fierro and Buddy, all there crunched up in the middle, coming into the first sector now. Caitlin under some real pressure here from Rob, but you can't do anything coming down this middle sector. These cars are just not that different in performance.
Yep.
Coming into the fast middle sector now. Anthony's lost a bit of his lead there to Caitlin. As we see a lapped car already, one of the pink cars from Turning Point. I assume that's Louis Cologne.
No, Corey Schartzer is the other.
It's the other F2,
Louis
isn't it?
Cologne is the F2 driver for.
So he will be getting the blue flag already. Matt under some heat. Still, I feel he's nursing some damage with with a little bit of broken wing there. Just managed to fend them off again. There's 3 cars behind that Cuda car.
Man, Matt could have a little bit of damage here, and this is just insane right now. Cristiano pushing for
Right,
that podium already.
So we've got a car coming out the pits there. Who did we have there make an unscheduled pit stop there? Who was that? One of the glove box cars.
More than
Anthony Wallace
likely.
doing a good one here, isn't he? Look at that gap he's got already. They're trying to break the toe down the straight here.
Caitlin jumping into the pits last second.
Right, so we have Rob there jumping up to P2 and Cristiano moving up into a podium spot now. Incredible comeback already. We're only on lap 5 of 36 and Cristiano has done exactly what he needed to do. Exactly what he needed to do. If he carries on with this, I shall have no doubt he will be charging for the lead in a matter of 10 laps or so. But
Yep.
he's got to get past his laps teammate first and a very hungry Rob Sliter in 2nd place.
And Rob had told me earlier this week he is gunning for a win. These Lumos guys being out this week, he really wants to push. He knows he's got it in him. He's just got to execute and keep it on the track. Zandvoort is notorious for doing exactly what Matt is doing right now, going off the track, and Brad Neer almost gets around him.
There's definitely still some movement going on. They're still fighting like mad in this pack, aren't they? They're still defending, they're still attacking.
And we have Tyler Lewis making a move just a few spots ahead for 5th place. And
Yep.
let's see how these guys have gained.
Caitlin there all the way down in P11 after that unscheduled pit stop, which I can only assume is for damage because even if she filled the car up on lap 4, there's no way you're getting to the end. So either massive amount of fuel saving or she just had damage that she thought would be best to come in and fix rather than
wait to the pit stop.
Right, and she could be hoping for a yellow flag here too. I know we got tons of cars right on top of each other, and if she got a yellow flag, it might extend her fuel enough to be able to bring her to the end.
Slow laps, yeah.
But we got
So go. We have going into lap 7 of 36. Anthony Wallace running away with it there. Wow, it's kind of come down a bit. It was 3.3, wasn't it? And Rob's managed to bring it down to 3.1. So I feel like Rob is just picking up the rhythm there a bit as he's, well, Shegetman behind, setting purple sector. So he's going to have to start defending pretty damn soon. Just whether this can happen cleanly for both drivers. They both need a clean fight here. They both got good opportunity on the table here to be at least in a podium position, both of these guys, and a great big 9-second gap there back to Ryan Campbell, and then that tight bunch of cars that are all just a second or a second and a half from each other, with David Trumbley, Matt Turner, Brad Neer, Steve Bunting and Caitlin all in that gap now.
and we'll see how they hop into this slipstream here with Cristiano.
Yeah, good. Anthony Wallace there, Cristiano. It's Rob just trying to choose a defensive line there, just trying to cut the toe, but he's going to have to stay where he is now. He's chosen the outside, he's staying on the outside. He's got a long brake pedal, he's held the outside line. That was a great defense there from Rob, good positioning of the car. Nice, kept it in the middle of the track. Shegetman can't do anything about Zandvoort being the shape it is.
Yep, and Matt trying to defend Steve Bunting here, who gets by him. And they're pushing up on the back end of Brad Neer, who is also pushing up on the back end of David Trumbley.
Shegetman really close to Rob now in the back section, but again, that really fast left-right, you can't overtake in these fast corners, because the amount of speed that both cars would have to lose to allow a side-by-side. Neither drivers, I'm sure, are willing to lose that amount of speed on a corner that would be nearly flat. He's looking for a way past this, isn't he, Shegetman? He's got to be patient with this. He's come all this way from last to P4 to P3 even.
Yep, and he is right there with him.
Now he's looking now, but Rob's got a good brake foot, we know that, and they're coming close. Rob's still got the inside, the switchback. I think he's just held him off for another few more corners there. And what's this doing for Anthony? He's lost time. Anthony's lost time.
He's lost about a second. You can see him dropping back slowly.
Whether this is the back marker, whether it was the back marker there that he just got caught up on, Dustin Slater there, or whether he is just not in a fight and therefore isn't pushing as hard as these two. As we see Shegetman again repeat for the inside, it's looking like a done job now. But Rob,
they touch. Wow, they kept it together. Wow, those tires touching is dangerous.
I do believe both guys will get away with that. We didn't see any slamming floor work. We didn't see any wings touch or anything like that. And Rob there's going to have a nice draft coming at Shegetman. But I do believe now this is Cristiano making a move. He needs to get on with this now. And he's up the other end of the grid now. So the drivers are going to be faster and harder than anything that he's passed so far.
Right. And Rob not giving it to him. He's
definitely
not buggering off. He's staying right with them. And they got Anthony, They got this back marker right here. I believe that's Dustin Slater that they're going to have to get around.
Rob's brother. I wonder how well he's going to play into this. He's definitely already cost Christian some time there. Not too much, but definitely he's going to pull over there and let both side. Nice one, nice one. Oh, he's going to go back in front of his brother. No! They're going to be strong words between those two. Rob lost a good chunk of time there to his own brother. Whether he didn't see both cars there, but that's just allowed Shegetman to get away there. What's that now? That is a 1.4 second gap. That is exactly what Rob didn't need.
Yep. And it looks like Caitlin making some moves.
How's
a couple spots. Steve Bunting and Brad Neer.
Yeah. A little bit of a spread out now, but yeah, Caitlin is very much.
No.
As she goes wide. Holds it good, but she's going to have to hold wide and let that position go.
Yep, Brad Neer getting by her. Let's see if he can hold her off.
It's very easy to get goaded to the outside with this track. You commit to a corner with so much speed, and unlike a lot of modern circuits nowadays, that have runoff areas and bits of tarmac and things to go on. This circuit is just punishment by sand and grass. Every time you go anywhere off circuit, you just get sucked in so bad.
Right, and there's so many spots that don't have a curb. They don't have that little bit of give on the edges. They just have
And
grass.
that's it. No margin. The little margin, the little bit of extra room the guys would normally take a ×1 for. It's just grass now.
Yep. Wow, she is right there on him.
All over the back now, isn't she? Of Brad there.
See, they're
Still
just
nothing in the middle sector.
sending it into the corner here. See if she can
And
get
how
him
we
down
look-
this middle straight.
How are we looking up front there? We've got a 1, 2, 3. They're about the same distance apart from each other now. The battle for first, second, and third. They're all about the same. As we look, Caitlin going up what is going to be the inside for this next one here. Can Brad keep it for the conversion? No, I think she's just going to block him off there, take that line from him, and that's another place back up to P6 there.
Yep, she took that inside line, that defensive line, saying, I am going to take this turn.
Yep.
At least the first part of the turn.
As
You
we
always
come
have
straight,
the
yeah.
option to try and throw it down onto the inside of the next turn, because the exit of that first part of the chicane is the entrance to the second part, which is more so where it matters.
So looking up front now, we have got an Anthony Wallace 1.3. It has not been that low the whole race. Shegetman is on a hunt, and Anthony's not going to want to let this go because he's not been in a position this high all season. We know Cristiano's fast. This is his home Grand Prix, so in a lap and a half, I predict fireworks, and Rob isn't letting these two go. He is staying right there with them.
And Rob has dropped back a tiny bit from Cristiano, but still with him, still there, still in that sight.
3 seconds off the lead. 3 seconds off the lead. That's not enough to. That's not enough to be not in the game. We are at lap 10 of 36. Still a long way to go. 26 laps to go. You will start to see some pit stops now as the fuel in these cars comes down to a sufficient level that you can now fill her up, and she'll get you to the end of the race.
Yep, and you can see Cristiano in the slipstream now of Anthony Wallace.
Right, that's isn't he? Doing everything he can, Anthony. He's catching him, isn't he? Shegetman is. Oh, this is close now. This is close now. Oh, as we see a couple of cars in the pits there, we've got is that Dustin in the pits?
Dustin Slider
Trying to work
and Buddy Boggs.
Yep. And we've got a smashed up car there in the pit lane. I'm not sure if we missed that, but Buddy Boggs there in the pits with a beaten up F3 car. Looks like he's just going to catch his fast repair now and rejoin.
Yep, this is Buddy Boggs. Oh, and he cannot stop
God.
there. Yep.
You can't. That's what was I talking about just 2 laps ago? The punishment is you go a little bit wide, you hit a bit of grass, and you can't stop. You can't stop the car. You're forced into the wall. We've got some good fighting going on a little bit as Cristiano catches the lead there. We've got a bit of fighting going on down the back here. Oh, this is close. This is close. I feel an overtake is imminent here.
Yep, and Anthony's teammate this week, Vinny Ferreira, is closing the gap on Eric Beddoes, trying to get into those points, trying to get up into at least 10th spot. But first he's got to get by Beddoes. It looks like he lost a little bit of time to him just there.
I think Cristiano just lost a little bit of time there to Anthony there. And of course, if these guys start fighting, if they've got a close pace together and it extends out and they have a scrap for a couple of laps, Rob's going to be right there. Right there. And where's Caitlin now? Still in P6. Quite a bit of way to go now to get to the next person. Still ground to make up. So who are the winners and losers? We have Anthony Wallace has gained 2 places. Cristiano Shegetman has gained 15 places. Unbelievable. Rob Slater has gained 1. Ryan Campbell has gained 1. Tyler Lewis, 9 places. Enormous start for him. Brad Neer has gained 3. Caitlin has lost 4, but she's recovering her pit strategy there. We'll see that convert later in the race.
Ooh,
as we've got a
Brad
bit
Neer
of that.
is off.
Brad Neer at the moment, yeah.
Did we just miss something whilst I was waffling there?
Oof.
Oh,
You must have
are we
spun it.
seeing? Oh, dodgy place to rejoin. I think probably what we're going to see there is a bit of throttle action coming out that corner. Seems to be the way.
Yep, looks like he just lost it a bit. See him coming out of the corner, and yep,
Oh,
just...
yeah, that's it. One way and then the other. Good avoidance there from the other guys. Nothing too crazy.
Oh, and here we go. Anthony and Cristiano down the straight.
Oh, and he went wide there, Sheg.
Oh, they're going to do the crossover.
Cut back from the inside there, but I think Anthony's going to have to cover off as they come into this little tight 2 section here. Can Cristiano stay close enough to get a run into the sweeping corners that we keep talking about can't be done side by side, but Cristiano has enforced that it can be done. So if it can be done, show us now, big man. Don't think he's close enough this time.
Oh, he might be. He's gaining.
Rob is also gaining. Rob is
Yep.
also gaining. He has gained a full second on these two in the last lap. So even though they are not side by side, they are now affecting each other's lap times.
Yep, and the pit lanes have been open. Matt Turner in the pit right now.
Oh, it'd be good to see him fix his wing and get back up to wherever he can manage to get himself.
Yep, we know he's fast, but with damage, it really affects every dynamic of how you race.
Yep, Rob Slater up 2/10 on the front pack. They are losing time now. They are losing time. I feel like Anthony is pressure from Cristiano,
Yep,
and he's
and-
losing time there.
And Cristiano is going to have a wider release, it looks like, than Anthony, so
Yep.
he should have the speed down the straight with the slipstream. Let's see what he does.
It's close to last round, wasn't it? I think Anthony's got these. Even if Cristiano gets there, I think Anthony's covering his line very well.
Oh,
presented-
Tyler off with Caitlin.
Oh no! No!
Caitlin right behind him.
Again,
Let's
have
go
a look.
back and see what happened.
Yep, we can have a replay at that. I will verbally keep us updated on what's going on with the fight as we look back at this replay. Shegetman is still behind the leader going into the fast section. We're not missing anything.
Oh, no.
Third party. A wolf pack. So a wolf pack had already spun in that corner. Shegetman's very close to Anthony now. Still not making a move there for the lead, but he is giving some mega heat here now to Anthony. We're seeing some great some great headset and mind space here from Anthony and Cristiano, keeping it on the table. Neither driver have made a significant mistake yet, and Rob closes in the gap again.
Yep.
Oh, we
Rob
just seen it
is,
extend out. Tense.
Yep, Rob is...
Oh, there. Nice little chop there going into the chicane. They're being fair with each other so far, but I don't... We've seen this, haven't we, in previous races? As the fight goes on, the drivers will give each other less and less room.
Yep, they try and push and push and push and see what the
Yeah.
other guy will give, and neither driver is going to want to give here.
And you've got
Especially...
to change as well, haven't you? He's trying to cut the taff there. Yeah, he's trying to do this. This is going to put Cristiano is going to be on him. Which side is he going to go? Anthony's got to stop weaving at a certain point.
Oh, wow, that got really close. But that's giving Rob the opportunity. He closed in.
I bet Rob is laughing in his helmet. If these guys hit each other, there is a victory on the table here for Rob. But I am not going to say anything like that again the whole stream. I apologise.
Yeah, Rob's going to go head first into a wall now since you said that.
Yeah, we can't say... A sheep is going to come out to the track. This is super close. You just can't... There's just no way past. The cars are going so fast.
Yeah, you're just trying to hang on. You're just trying to hang on and get that car to turn. You're full sending
Stay
it.
close enough. Yeah.
There's
Just
no
keep it...
room for two of them to be doing it at the same time.
No. And you've just got to hang on. Like you said, you've just got to hang on and be as close as you can. And it's super hard to stay that close to a car that's so visually in your peripheral vision there. And stay nailed on your line.
Here we come into the
that it's
braking zone.
faster. Just a little lock up there from Anthony's going to put Cristiano on him at the right place because he can't do anything with it. But he's got a great run now. Oh, I can't do anything with it there. But can he stay close enough down the back straight? This is looking like a good opportunity here. He's very close. Very close. As we come out the last turn now, turn 13. He's trying to block the toe again, but Cristiano's just sneaking it up the inside there. He's gone the right way this time. Can he block out Anthony Wallace? They come close. Cristiano takes the lead of the Dutch Grand Prix on the inside of turn 1 on lap 16 of 36. But I've got a feeling Anthony's not going to want to let this one go.
Oh, no!
And Rob gets past clean there. Anthony's going to really be kicking himself after that one.
Wow.
A little bit of wing damage there, maybe. Yeah, I can see we've got a little bit of a bent wing there. He's going to have to be careful going into this fast corner. He might wash out. Let's have a look. Shegertman in the lead then from Rob Sliter. Oh, see?
There it goes. Oh, no.
There it is. There it is.
Keeps it off the wall. He's coming back down.
You've got to tease that wing, baby. She has a lot less downforce than she had before. That was definitely the back end that went.
Yep, you can see just it's so bent up.
It's got to come back to the pit. Surely it's going to be a pit stop for him now. And if he's lucky, I mean, yeah, he should be easy to get into the pit lane, fill the car up, change the tyres, and come out with, what, just the time that he's lost so far. Let's see if he can make a gain up. But we have got Cristiano Shegertman back where he should be in the lead after that, what would surely have been a pole position if he was allowed to qualify with that 0.8 of a second gap in the practice session there.
And Caitlin just getting her way by Vinny Ferreira.
To
Putting
take
a little gap.
P8, yeah, to take P8. She's been a bit further up. She's been up and down today in this race like a yo-yo.
Yeah, it's one thing to be fast. One thing to be fast, but to be consistent and safe in traffic, like you said, racecraft is different than qualifying.
I think a couple of them. There was at least one of those instances. There was a bit of luck to play in there. If that was that third party, we didn't quite see how that Wolfpack car lost it. But when it's the first car goes off, the second car tries to avoid, the third car tries to avoid. You know, it's never a good story when that happens. So
Right.
I'm happy there to be caught up in all that, but. We have, so far, some incredible gainers and some incredible losers across this race so far. Buddy Boggs back out with his fixed car down there in 16th place. We haven't seen any DNFs tonight, which is a good thing. Nobody's left. Oh, we've got a little lock up there going into the hairpin.
Yep, David Trumbley turned it around, it looked like.
Yeah, I saw some smoke puff up from the hairpin there.
And here he comes going into the hairpin. Just, a little wide. Ooh, and he saves it. Wow.
Did very well there, very well there. You only have to be, well, we see what happened earlier, didn't we? We only got to be going a little bit faster than that, and you're just in the wall. And Matt Turner there, all the way down in P12 from what was a pole position start. What could have been for Matt Turner, eh?
Yep, and it looks like we also have another one off right here in Isaac. He seems to be the
Isaac Salas taking a bit too much speed into that into, I believe it's 10 and 11. If you don't come in straight enough.
Oh no.
Oh! That was a clumsy re-entry there from Isaac. Wow, we may see some penalty points for that incident. We may see the stewards investigate that one after the race.
We'll definitely see some penalty points. He just drives straight into the side of him, taking him.
I mean, Vinny just had nowhere to go there, did he?
No, he tries to give him room, get off to the right, let him get on the left side, but he just cuts all the way across the track and just takes Vinny out. That's a shame.
That was certainly a closing gap there. Hopefully Vinny doesn't suffer too much damage there, but I assume there will certainly be an amount of damage.
We got Tyler Lewis sideways with, looks like Brad Neer maybe? Yep, he just goes by Brad Neer. Tyler's having a very unlucky race. What happened with these guys?
Ooh, and we have a safety car.
Oh, a safety car is really going to make things interesting.
Oh!
Let's see what...
All the way at this point in the race? God, we haven't seen a safety car this late on, have we?
I don't think we have. Not even last year. I think we had one last year at Monza that brought us back together with a big crash between Rob Slater and Alex Shanna, myself. That caused a big wreck in the middle of the backstretch. So
this will fundamentally change every single aspect of this race. Now, Shegertman will have to will have to climb and meet the safety car that will come out the pit there, and they will creep round for 2 laps there behind the safety car, who is now waiting at the end of the pit lane to pick up the leader. Nope. Who have we got there waiting at the end of the pit lane there? We've got a pink car waiting at the pit lane. Is that Corey Schartzer there?
Maybe.
Hey, I've got a stationary pink car at the end of the pit lane there.
Sorry, I'm looking back on the
Yeah, the blockage. There was
incident
definitely a
because
blockage there.
Tyler comes out and Brad Neer was trying to
right
get
on the
back
racing line
going.
there.
And this was our blockage. You got 2 cars in the middle of the track, can't turn around, and this is just an accident waiting to
Risk,
happen.
isn't it? Yeah, to everybody else.
So this,
Look, it's crazy.
you got 1 car to get by. Tyler's trying to get moving. Brad Neer already tried to get moving once, got knocked.
So, where is the safety car?
Yep, we're all bunched
We
up.
are,
And
yes,
this
we are.
this is going to be an exciting last. We'll have 16 laps.
So we've got, behind the safety car there, we have got... That's Buddy, isn't it? Or
Am
Ryan? Is that Ryan? Is
am I
that Ryan
seeing-
Campbell?
Ryan
How?
Campbell's a few back. Man,
How did...
our timing tower
Where is
might be
Cristiano?
off.
Why is Cristiano all the way down? What has happened there? What did we just miss? Cristiano's off the track.
Oh, Cristiano entered the pits. Under the
Oh.
yellow, he's going to be penalized for that.
Yep.
He-
Absolutely 100%
He entered the
penalised for that.
pits under a yellow before the pits had
Wow.
opened.
He just threw... I mean, that's that over, isn't it? I'm not sure the penalty that you get for pitting under the safety car in the red flag when the pit is closed.
It cannot be served under the yellow again. You gotta serve it once the race gets going again. So
you have to serve it at the drive-through.
So I think he was waiting for cars to go by, but he's still waiting here.
That is Christian. I wonder what that was. I wonder what that was.
And then it shows that he crashed.
So he let everybody back. So he came in under red, let everybody by. There's definitely a yellow flag because he's waving like mad.
And he just comes out and he sits.
Wow, there's some bizarre behaviour going on here. I think he realised the mistake and then thought maybe letting everybody past. But iRacing's going to give a penalty either way.
Right. It might be telling him that he's supposed to let a certain car by before he gets going again.
Well, he was in the lead, wasn't he? So unless iRacing has thrown him to the back,
And
we
it,
have
and it
a new
definitely
race
could
leader.
have.
Yeah, that's it. So we have a new race leader in Ryan Campbell. So it's Ryan Campbell from I mean, is these some lapped cars as well? Yeah,
I
so
believe we
got,
have a couple lapped cars
Yeah.
in the way now. Ryan Campbell has made his way up. He passed Rob. Rob might have been in the same boat.
So we have these 2 lapped cars are...
Right, Rob passes.
Who are those 2, the pink... The 2 cars between first and second. Those 2 cars.
So we got track position wise. We got Rob Slider. Steve Bunting in 3rd. He was back near the 8th
Right.
position. I'm guessing some things really got messed up here, and some people entered pits. It looks like Cristiano is getting the wave around. Nope, that's Corey Schartzer. Maybe getting the wave around to get out the way. And here we go.
Yeah,
now we got
these
Ryan.
2 lapped drivers now. Yeah, that's those 2 lapped cars gone through. Have we got any more lapped cars?
See, and I'm not so sure that Ryan Campbell was lapped. But he's getting the wave around.
Campbell didn't get a wave around. No, Ryan didn't get a wave around. We had Dustin and Buddy. Sorry. Dustin was right there, and there was another car.
See, it seems we might be having difficulty because Ryan Campbell is in first and
Oh, no. He is, yeah, I can see he's going around.
he's going around. So maybe our timing tower's off. Maybe Rob is truly our race leader. Which is what it would seem according to our line here, but
Leader was raved around by mistake. Correct.
who was waved around by mistake?
Ryan.
So Ryan got waved around and is truly in first, but starting at the back of the pack in first.
Sure.
Our FIA stewards might be figuring some stuff out here.
Type in the chat, they can't see what I'm saying. So I've asked Ryan to slow up, but he can't see my chat, so. So we've had a problem. Now, how is this going to play around? They can't hear you either, no. Yeah. Okay. So throw a yellow. So what do I need to do? No, he's gone in the pits. So he's gone in the pits anyway. So if I can move him to the end of the line. I don't want to do that. I want him to be back in the lead. How do I do that then? Black flag 30 second. Ryan. Back to the lead and back because he's so far in front now.
time for all of this to happen now.
All right,
Right,
everybody,
we're gonna
we're
go-
back here. We're getting everything back in order. Ryan was waved around accidentally. We have corrected it, thrown another yellow, so we're going to get another couple laps here. We'll see Rob catch up to Ryan. And Ryan right now is going down the main straight, going to catch up with the pace car, which should be coming out of the pits. Really should have just driven right through the pits, so...
Well, he's now driving. Ryan needs to let them catch him. And I don't think he can hear what we are typing to him either.
Oh, Ryan did. He slowed down when we had given him the message, so...
Okay, no worries.
All right, so now we have Ryan Campbell, Rob Slider in first and second. Rob is catching up to Ryan currently.
These cars, these two need to pass the safety car and go past all the way around.
Yep. All right, everybody, we're back here.
Yeah, we apologise for the delay there, but we share duties between stewarding and management and commentary and things like that. So when things like that happen, it's us to deal with that. So to explain what happened there, we had two lapped drivers sat in position 2 and position 3 on the restart, which would have been no good to anyone. So we waved them round, and the lead driver was waved round by mistake, and to rectify that in a live situation, he has waited. A second yellow has been thrown. The field have now re-caught him back up, and the race will resume in 2 laps time as the order that it should have been, if I am not correct. And we will have our race leader back up where he should be. Correct. Everything's all cool. Everybody's laps look good. And then I can hear the drivers now just discussing among themselves now, because I believe this is Ryan Campbell's first lead restart. So now that order is restored, we can talk a little bit about what just happened before the pit error there, the waving around error. We saw Cristiano Schegertman take to the pits under a yellow, which, for those of us that don't know and the people that are watching, iRacing, when the yellow flag comes out, the safety car comes out, you get 2 yellow flag laps where the pits are red and they are closed, and then you have one, which is the last lap of the safety car, where the pits are green and open. And it clearly says on your screen, and Cristiano pitted under a red flag, and then proceeded to wait at the end of the pit lane, strangely enough, for the field to pass him.
Yep, I think what it has done is put him just at the end of the line, because iRacing bases a lot of their rule set off of NASCAR, instead of
Right,
giving
okay.
him a drive-through time penalty.
It would have just chucked him at the back of the line in that one instant moment.
Yep, so he got
Okay.
thrown to the back of the line, which is why he was waiting for the rest of the line to get through and in front of him. And then Ryan Campbell had passed. We're watching now. I'm going to go back to it again. He passes Rob in the pits. So Rob had just a badly timed pit stop. Ryan Campbell took the lead here. And that's how Ryan jumped in front. That's where our jumble of everything happened, and our mix-up has...
Look at it, he would have had an incredible gap there, but obviously the safety cars bunched it all back up. We apologise about the error for the drivers that are watching this back. We hope that everything's all sorted back out to its correct order now.
Yep, and I believe Ryan had pit really early. I'm going to actually pop up our number of pit stops here. And he has pit once.
And that was, we were looking at Anthony Wallace, who is only in third. And Cristiano is fifth. Now, I'm not sure how he is fifth after being at the back. And then the penalty that he would have been given, maybe there was some confusion around the second safety car, but still, we've been under course yellow for 5 laps, so I'm not sure how that... Well, I definitely going to have to investigate what happened with Cristiano after the race, because there was some... we'll have to hear back from what he was told to do, what iRacing penalised him for in the moment, because we have our own rules about pitting under the red flag. So.
Yep, yeah, we follow Formula One rules. Ooh, backup here, getting a little backup here. But we follow Formula One rules, which are much different than NASCAR and oval track rules. So it's a little bit of a jolt when you're getting NASCAR rules thrown in automatically in our instance here. And we have to try and correct them in real time, which isn't always the easiest. So sorry for everybody out there watching, but we are going to be going... I think we're going live on this next lap.
Yeah, just watching the safety car now. I will obviously keep an eye on whether it goes into the pit lane. We can't see what the drivers have been shown, and I think it's going to continue on.
Hey,
no, it's gonna...
nope, we're going, and he goes right away. Ryan Campbell.
Rob taking the heat now from Anthony Wallace into turn 1. Rob takes the inside, Anthony takes the outside. I think Rob's just got the run there. Holds the inside well. We got a couple of side-by-side in the back there as well. Matt has managed to get himself up into P4. Good comeback there. We got Anthony up. Keeps it on the track though. And
wow, what a recovery. And Rob gets thrown off.
No! Rob off on the outside there, and with this bunched up start, he's going to lose a whole heap of time, and he's got a tap there as well on the wall for good measure. Right at the back there. Oh, we've got another off as well.
Yep, Nicholas Marshall behind him.
And I think Nicholas has got big damage there. I can see him crabbing off the track as we see Ryan scamper away with a 1.8 lead from Anthony.
Oh, yeah, that was a pretty bad one with a couple drivers there. Nick Marshall and Steve Bunting both had gone off. We have another off track with Tyler Lewis. Ooh, just following right behind and goes a little too wide. He might have damage from earlier.
I think there's a lot of tension built up from this safety car for so many laps, isn't it? You just, as a driver, you just want to go. You just want to go.
Rob Slider's still off track, it's showing. And he has a lot of damage, just trying to limp this car to the pits.
For the pit lane, yeah.
Wow, what a change of events.
And he had a great pace, didn't he? He's been right up the front there for a lot of this race.
And we have Cristiano back in the podium. Matt Turner jumping into the pit lane now.
To fix... Oh, Matt in the pit lane. Now, is this for a scheduled pit stop? Is he just driving straight through? I wonder if he got a drive-through for penalty points. He's been involved in a few bangs this afternoon, hasn't he? And you get 4 for each one, so I wonder if he had to serve a drive-through then. That will be so destroying for Matt Turner. He had a
Oh, we got another car off there in the hairpin. Is that Katie? No.
Buddy
That
Boggs.
Oh, and he's stranded. We've got a car on the middle of the hairpin. He's just gone. But there was a car there, stranded. You will see him get stuck. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how high these cars are off the floor. Had to wait there for Matt to come through. Gentlemen, backs up just too much there and gets stuck on the curb. Unbelievable luck. Unbelievable. And that's it. That's a tow back to the pits now. Ah. Unlucky there for Boggs there.
And our race leader, Ryan Campbell, right now. So just crazy shuffling of the pack. Ryan Campbell up in front, Anthony Wallace in second, Cristiano Schegetman in third, Caitlin Height back up into fourth, Steve Bunting in fifth, Corey Scharter in sixth, David Trumbley in seventh, Vinny Ferreira in eighth, Eric Beddoes in ninth, and Matt Turner in 10th. What a shuffling this race has had.
It's definitely been one of the more not so straightforward rounds of the IFL so far. As we got another move coming into turn one there. I think that was Eric Beddoes there on the inside of Vinny, I believe. Yep, Eric passed Vinny for P8 there.
Yeah, and we got tight racing going on for the lead on Ryan Campbell here.
Yeah, this is coming now, isn't it? They've got a lot closer.
Yep, Anthony and Cristiano were running faster than Ryan. And now they're closing the gap.
I wonder if what the post-race investigation is going to be on Cristiano and that red. I mean, if he's in the clear and he's done everything iRacing asked him to do, and he received an in-race penalty for that moment and served it, and he slid in third, this is a staunch drive from Schegetman. Even to be where he is now, he has had a mega race, and he's hunting for the lead. Look, this is
Wow.
they've all chosen a funny line, haven't they, to come out onto that last. And Ryan loses the lead. He loses second place there. They slot in nicely. I thought we were going to see some three-wide stuff there, but they all chose position before we got into turn one there. Schegetman easily up into a second place there, chasing an opportunistic Anthony Wallace there. The gain 2 for 1 there up the back straight. Managed to pass Schegetman and Ryan for the lead. Great driving there from Anthony, and we know he has led multiple laps this race from our main rival today in Cristiano Schegetman.
Yep, and I'm going to jump real quick over to, it looks like Rob is definitely out of the race. Rob is out of the race, Tyler Lewis out of the race, and Brad Neer out of the race.
Those are 3 DNFs, are they?
Yeah, we so far have 4 DNFs in the field. Dustin Slider trying to get into that 13th spot by completing a little bit more of the race, but tough track, Zandvoort.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, keep an eye on there, because Caitlin is 4.2 off the lead in and closing.
Yep, you can see her. She's going to come around that turn.
Yeah, this race has fallen away from her potential a few times, but the big muddle up and all the things that have gone on today have just reset everything multiple times there. Matt should be, I feel, a lot further down than he is. He's had a drive-through penalty and a couple of spins, and he's still there with points, with a points position there, and hunting right there. As we look at the fight for the lead, Matt gets a great run out of the last corner onto Eric Beddoes, and he's looking for a move. He's looking for a way round into turn one. Matt just pokes his nose up the inside. Eric just cuts him off there, and I think Matt's just going to get through. Yeah, Matt's just going to get through there with a little squeeze on the exit of turn one there. A nice move there by Matt Turner. Assertive, not too rough. Get your head down. And he's got another car straight away in front of him in David Trumbley, a new driver to the IFL. So let's see how he deals with the heat. Matt instantly comes up the inside there, not missing anything for the lead, I hope, as he blasts past on the back straight there to take P7.
There's that qualifying speed that we saw earlier.
Yeah, this is good stuff from Matt. He's not feeling too good about going from pole
all the way to the back, to the front, to the back, to the front. As he tries to close down the next bunch of guys there, I feel like he will be someone to watch in the next few laps as we go back up to the lead fight there.
Yeah, we got 7 laps going right now. Cristiano closing the gap, staying right on Anthony Wallace's tail.
Is this close enough? Is this? I don't think that would be close enough for an F2 car, but I just don't feel like the turbulent air coming off the back of that F3 is enough. To
We'll
suck
see.
him along.
He's getting close.
Getting close. It's going to be a last late one. Don't feel like Anthony needed to defend too hard there, but Cristiano's going to make him pay for that. No. Anthony, this is just like earlier on in the race, isn't it? Just like earlier on. These two hard but fair racing. But a lot of things have happened between then and now, and I feel like the drivers are going to be in a much more tense position now than they were earlier on.
Beto's going for it. Oh, just can't
Eric's
get
had a
his
good
nose
race
in there.
isn't he? We've got a fighty Eric Beddoes in the cockpit today, haven't we?
Yeah, we really do. He's been throwing the car on the inside, trying to make passes. Oh, and he loses it just the tiniest bit. Oh, turns
Perhaps a
himself
little
around.
fighty.
He's going to have to
Got
get
that in
out
there.
the way.
That's
Wow,
in
we
there.
caught that live, so we won't have to go back and take a look at it, but
Is he going to get beat? I think he just avoided there being beached on that same curb there. He's just coming across the grass now on and rejoins the race, but a lot of time lost there for Eric. As we look at the lead, they are super close again, aren't they? It's just the difficulty of Zandvoort, isn't it? What a track.
yep, Zandvoort is it's quite the track. It will not be forgiving in any way.
No, it reminds me of Circuit de Jerez, actually, in Spain. A very short back straight with a very complex, not many breaks in between each corner, and that is
Anthony.
And up the inside there, we see Shegerman as Anthony just manages to outbrake him into that first corner there. I think we may have seen some slight evasive action there from Shegerman as he
Matt
learns
Turner.
Anthony will not be pushed. And is this Matt Turner on the back of Corey Scharzer?
Yes, it
For
is.
a P6 finish. Coming up the inside now. Matt easily outbreaks his opponent there. Scharzer giving him the room.
And he's going to
Good driving
see
there.
he's going to see Steve Bunting in his sights now.
Yep. Great drive from Steve so far. I think so far this is his best position in any race we've seen so far. So a couple of the drivers have really done well tonight, and a couple of these guys have really had their race ruined and redeemed. It's been quite incredible.
Yeah, we've seen
Katie
some.
there, 2 seconds, just 2 seconds off the lead. I feel like she's going to be right in the mix in a minute.
Yep,
Right in this.
3.7, almost 4 seconds off of Anthony Wallace total, but she's only about a second and 3/4 off of Ryan
These
Campbell.
guys going tight now. They're going for it. This is costing them time. This is costing them time. Big that they both just lost enormous time there. And as they carry on, Will side by side. Anthony just gets the jump going into the last corner, but surely Shegerman's going to have a heck of a run now coming out into the last straight, especially after all that.
Matt Turner and Steve Bunting
It's
going
nice.
at it. Matt Turner is
Matt
pushing
on a charge.
hard.
Matt on a charge. He's got 14 seconds between him and the lead, but he has just chewed his way back from P9 all the way back up to P5. Incredible stuff there.
Wow, these leaders are starting to get closer and closer.
I can hear some tensions building on the radio there, Alex. We've got some we've got some colourful language down there in the pit boxes. I can hear over the radio. And
When it's
Yeah.
this tense, when it's this close,
Definitely.
you know some of these tensions run high, but you guys got to keep it together, keep the
Anthony
language
is
down,
doing
and keep it
everything he
clean.
can. He has got the widest F312 right now.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of Alonso action here.
We are seeing.
Oh,
He's got a good brake pedal, Anthony, but he's wide. He's wide, big wide. This is going to give Shegerman everything he needs to come down, but he's on the wrong side. Anthony's going to get a great defense onto the inside, but can Shegerman keep it out? Anthony and his brake pedal again. He's got better brakes, I feel. More confidence on that brake.
we got
Then,
4 more laps of this. 4 more laps, and you can see those third
We've
and
got
fourth
3.
place cars right behind
Yeah.
them.
And we have got Ryan right there now on these, and Kate. Ryan's going to have to start looking behind now as well as in front as Caitlin gets a great run out the last corner.
as we've got Shegerman up the inside of Anthony again.
I think Cristiano's going to have it.
Getting the job done. Anthony's brake pedal can't do anything to save him this time. That was a great run. And Caitlin got past Ryan as well. So we've got a change for, well, Caitlin gets her podium position and Shegerman gets his lead. But I don't think Anthony's going to want to get this. And I feel like we've got a push here for the lead.
Yep, we're going to have Caitlin is going to be pushing right behind him. She's closing the gap. You have Ryan Campbell right in that slip of Caitlin trying to ride that dirty air.
Go here. These guys are super close, and now that they've exchanged, the pressure goes to Cristiano and the becoming the chaser now for Anthony, and having an object in front to stare at and to set his sights on, and to get the draft from as well may help. But I think Shegerman is just got the pace here to run away, but we haven't got many laps left.
Nope.
We haven't got many laps left for this front four to do whatever it is they're going to do. They've got to do it now. A giant gap back to P5 and Matt Turner there. I think he's had the group. I think he's had, unless these guys crash, he's had the recovery he's going to have to a stonking P5 there for Matt Turner. But these guys that are on the back straight are a mile in front. A mile. And spreading out now as well. Ryan, I think, just struggling to hang on to this pace, which is ultimately being set by Cristiano here, isn't it? Has Anthony got an answer for? Has he? Nice little lock up there for Anthony. That's going to put Caitlin on him quicker than he wants. But we're going to go into one of the more difficult phases of this lap, where it's just about skipping on. I think Shegerman's running away with this, unless he makes a mistake, which I don't think he's made too many of this afternoon. This is gone from hero to zero, back to hero to zero, and back to hero again, all in one afternoon for Cristiano.
So many emotions for Cristiano today.
I mean, to have that blunder in the pit, to not being able to qualify, it being his home Grand Prix, the opportunity to win the fastest car on the track by quite some way. He needed to just get his head down and do exactly what he's done. Get through the bad parts of the race, manage it well, keep his head down, keep the pace alive, be fair in the fighting.
Right, and we have a small fight going on back here as well, with Corey Schartzer right behind Steve Bunting. None of these guys are giving an inch.
Nope. It's good to see fighting all the way up and down. Eric taking a nice defensive line there. Katie closer, as we see Katie closer to Anthony than she has been the whole race. Already sat with a podium. She's got a great run into turn one there. It can be awkward. That can catch you out sometimes. But we still got these guys fighting at the back. Corey Schartzer there, still under pressure from Steve Bunting, as Corey gets a great run onto the home straight. Not close enough to make a move on Eric there. Eric takes a defensive move into the first turn and keeps Schartzer at bay. Just want to make sure we don't lose this lead, this intense fight now for what must be the lead of the race. Cristiano is getting away, and I think Katie is running out of time to win this. She has got to get past Anthony and up to Cristiano as quick as she can, and I think she's going to run out of time. We're going to come over in 3 more corners for our white flag lap, which will see the last 13 turns of this circuit. Any more fighting anywhere else up and down the track? Schartzer is still behind Eric there as they come round out of sector 2.
Here's where we're going to see Caitlin make a move. It's last lap.
Is Caitlin going to bust whatever she can on the last lap to try and get past Anthony for a P2? A new racer to our series, so she currently sits with 0 points, and the other guys, a lot of the other guys around them have got a good amount of points already under their belt, especially Cristiano. He's got 38 points, Cristiano, and he's about to win, so he's going to pending the investigation after the race, if he's all clear, we will have a 25-point added and a win. He has been deprived of the win all season.
And Corey right behind Steve. He knows he has to make his move.
It's Steve he's fighting with. I thought it was Eric. Eric lost it earlier, didn't he? This is Steve. Can Steve hold on to P5 for one more lap?
Caitlin down the mid-stretch here.
Yep. It's looking tense now as we come to the last few corners there for Cristiano.
Let's see what Caitlin does.
No more real opportunities there for Caitlin. I think she may have to settle for second there. As we go down to our finish line there and welcome a new winner in Cristiano Schegertman as he wins the Dutch Grand Prix.
He's got a back marker right there with him.
Second place, 1-4 for Anthony there, and third place for Caitlin. That makes up our podium positions.
Wow.
And fourth there for Ryan Campbell. What a cracking podium there. Matt makes his way up for P5 there for a great recovery. He had pole position today. I wonder what he could have done if avoided a few more mistakes there.
Let's see if Trumbley can get a run down to the finish line and get in front of Corey.
Steve Bunting. Steve Bunting,
here.
6th place, yeah. Really tight finish there between Corey and David. Great to see fighting all the way down to the last lap. P9 there for Vinny, a hell of a long way back. That was a big spread out. Despite the bunching up on the safety car, they still spread out very, very, very far, didn't they?
Yep. They probably had a few incidents. That crash with going into the first hairpin really probably set some of these guys back.
Wow. Well, that was one of the that felt like quite an awkward, quite a difficult, tight, frustrating race for a lot of the drivers out there. Racing is racing. I mean, we had a fantastic win there. I mean, I don't know how many times you want to look like the race isn't yours to then still win it. That was the best recovery drive we've had of the season, I think, in the F2 or F3 so far. So great win there. As we run down again the final finishing position, so we can just lay this race down, we have a fantastic debut victory there for Cristiano Schegertman on his second season there for the IFL. Anthony Wallace there in just his third race gets a great second place there, fighting off Caitlin Height, who takes her first podium in her first race. So good things to come there. Ryan Campbell, again another good driver, fighting for what could have been the win today. Matt Turner with a great recovery drive, had the pole position today, finishing P5, a good amount of points there. I think he served a drive through it in that as well, so more potential definitely. Steve Bunting for I think his best results so far of the season, slash I think maybe for all of his drives in the IFL with P6. Corey Scharzer, from what I understand was nearly a lap down at the beginning of this race, has managed to put himself back on the lead lap, and not only that, finished P7 for some good points. David Trumbley adds some great points for Glovebox Motorsport there. Vinny Ferreira for P9 and Eric Beddoes for P10, despite that early mistake, that late race mistake from Eddowes. Both the BE cars in the points, they will be very, very, very happy with this afternoon's work there. Rounding out, we have into P11, we have Buddy Boggs there for the freelance, and we have Nick Marshall in the Wolfpack Racing, Dustin Slater in the other Glovebox Racing, and a unfortunate DNF there for Rob Slater, Tyler Lewis and Brad Neer, and Isaac Saulus. So 4 DNFs in the end there. That's a rough turnover, a race of attrition for those guys. Zandvoort wasn't kind to our F3 drivers. So yeah, onto the interviews with the podium.
Yep, we got a couple of our racers here. First in line, we have that would be Caitlin in third, correct? That'll be Caitlin. So let's get her in here. Well, Caitlin has just shot us a message and said that she will not be able to do an interview with us. So sorry to hear that, Caitlin. Great race when you watch us back. Great recovery. But
Yeah,
our
yeah, a couple of comments on Caitlin's race there. Then to replace the interview. What a race! What a race! I am struggling to understand the lap chart in my head as to who overtook who and the positions and to what happened. That was a bit crazy and a bit mad there. So definitely want to rewatch and study and look at the data. But a great drive there to come back to P3 and to be fighting for what could have been a win there. But I just think Cristiano was a couple more laps there, and I think Anthony would have been there for the fight. But Cristiano, I think, was just too fast for everybody today.
Yep, yeah,
So,
he
yeah.
being home Grand Prix, you know he wanted it. He dug a little deeper than everybody else. So let's
Great driving,
let's
great driving. Let's
let's
go on to
talk
our second
to
place finisher. Yeah.
yep. Let's talk to Anthony. Let's get him in here. Anthony.
Anthony, can you
Hi.
hear us, buddy? Can you hear us? Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. You got me?
Excellent. Yeah. What a race, man. I mean, you were pulling out all the defensive moves. I mean, we were looking at your car for a good half of this race. So wherever you were tight defense or I mean, you had great pace to be up there at the front. And yeah, in the end, your defensive tactics worked off. You were defending right down to the last lap on the last straight from Caitlin there, and you got your P2, buddy. Well done.
Yeah, I wanted the win, but I'll be happy with a P2. First off, though, I apologized already to him in chat, but I think I drove a little too aggressive with Cristiano there. Probably cut him off, and he gave me a lot of chances. He could have stuck his nose in there and kept it where he deserved to be, and he would have wrecked us both. But he cut me some slack. We kept racing, and he knew he was faster. I knew he was faster. He's an alien. I don't know what he's doing racing with the rest of us humans, but
He's got.
I just knew I had to keep him behind me, or else he was going to pull away. And then
You weren't that much. Well, all the way through this race, you were one of only 2 or 3 cars that really had an answer for his speed. I didn't see anything that was, I thought, overly aggressive. I think you both had 2 different races to run. He had a from the back to the front recovery drive, and he had a lot of risks to take that afternoon, and he probably couldn't afford to take as many risks as you could. Him looking at the top of the title there, if he played today well, he could extend his title lead right out on the Lumos boys. So I think definitely you had the chance to be more aggressive and take advantage of him thinking about the title and you not so much at this period. So good driving. I'm sorry that you missed your win there, buddy. Again, I said this about Katie's drive. I just think Cristiano was just too fast for everybody today.
yeah, he's extremely quick, and she was quick. She ran me down too. It helped that me and Cristiano were throwing it around the track like we were, a little slower than race pace, I guess. But that's what you have to do when you defend.
That's it, and it's that toss up between how much time you're willing to give, whether how friendly you are, or how tense the fight is with the other guy. Because the more tense it becomes, the more pushy you tend to get, and the more time you tend to lose.
Yeah, you start changing your lane.
Yeah, and we Katie, she wasn't really catching you guys, and then the more pushy you guys got, and the more side by side we saw from you, she came straight in. And then, of course, you had to. Whoever was behind in that fight has now got to look behind instead of forward.
Yeah, I saw her coming once he got around me with like 2 or 3 laps to go. I saw she was closing in, but I looked in the mirror maybe twice. I just knew I had to give it my all to keep up with him. And I think I caught up with him. I think he may have pulled 3/10 on me there at the end. But I was just looking ahead, trying to see if he messed up where I can make an advantage. And then I knew if I could just do my best to keep up with him, I would keep her behind me. So I'd glance every now and then, see if she was gaining any ground, and then she stayed right there with us.
Yeah. It looked tight at the end. I couldn't play it, but I think she just ran out of time. Kind of a couple of laps there, and you guys have had a good fight. But yeah, of all the drivers to make mistakes, little lockups and spins and off tracks and stuff like that, I think Cristiano has made the least amount of blunders. I've not seen a lockup. I've not seen a off track. I've not seen anything in his race that has put that on the, pretty much everyone else has had a moment, seen a little couple of puffs of tyres here and there, but he's such a clean race. But dude, massive kudos. You've just joined the league. This is your 3rd race, and your P2. This is
solid results, big points for your team, and this is going to lift you guys up in the constructors fight. You've got to be looking at a season-long momentum now.
Yeah, we're not gonna compete for the championship overall, I think, but we're really trying for a podium. We have 4 guys here, and we just split the seat time however we can. I work a lot, and not everybody can make it every week, so we just take whoever can. And I think we're all pretty good. Congrats to Vinny. I think he finished in the points. He ran a good race. He got very little practice, so I'm impressed with him. He kept it clean. I would like to apologize to Rob. I raced him a little close there on that restart. I think it was net code overall because we were very close in the hairpin, and he spun out, and I think that took him out of the race. So I hate that for him. We had a great race. He's probably a little upset about that because I did lose the line a bit, but it happens. He'll get me next week.
Yep, this is the races. Rob was very quick today and could have been on the podium. We know we're there, but that is the same story for probably 3 or 4 or 5 guys. Matt Turner had the pole. Ryan was extremely fast. Caitlin was extremely quick, and the kerfuffle in the middle there with the safety car. Although it worked out and panned out, and everyone ended up back where they should be. That was a long time under yellow for everybody to be sat, not racing right in the middle of a race. And it really does test the driver's mental skills there.
And that safety car saved my race. When Cristiano got around me, I backed it into the hairpin there and had to pit and take my my quick repair. I was so far behind. So that safety car is perfect timing for me.
And it was a late safety car as well, and it was a genuine cause as well. We had a couple of drivers connect around the exit of the hairpin in the middle, and they genuinely blocked the track both sides. So both cars tried to recover and ended up touching the wall, stuck out in the middle of the circuit on both sides. So there was a genuine obstruction for cars traveling around the track. It was a good safety car call. But well done, buddy. Well done for the 18 points that you got for your second place. And we look forward to that black car back out on track next week at Barcelona, which is, as we know, a very testing track.
Yeah, I'll be missing that one, but I trust my teammates to bring home a 1-2 finish for us. And thank you guys for putting on this league. This league is great.
Yep.
Everybody enjoys racing here. It's good racing. I like everybody.
We've got to go. Any shout outs to anybody?
I think I covered it. Sorry again to Rob, and congratulations to Cristiano.
For the win, yeah, no worries, buddy. Okay then, dude. Well, we'll catch you next week.
All right, thank you.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. All right, now we got Cristiano in here with us. Great race, buddy. Going from dead last all the way up to winning the race. What do you got to say for yourself here?
I don't know, man. Yeah, it's so crazy. First of all, I want to thank all the guys that I was racing today. I don't know. It was hard to get past all of these guys, and for sure when I got a penalty under the safety car, when the first safety car came, I didn't get a message that the pit lane was closed, and literally just a meter or two when I just wanted to pit. It came up, and then I got a penalty, so that wasn't fine.
Now, this was something that we couldn't see, and we were talking about maybe there might be a post-race investigation. So you served. So iRacing gave you a penalty, and you then served it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a really weird safety car. I don't know.
There was a few issues. You'll watch the race back, and we'll look at it all. All of us will look at it all. But first thing, just what a race! I mean, you must be a very, very emotional Cristiano right now. That was
yeah.
You must have felt at certain points, oh no, it's gone, and then, oh wait, no, it's back. Oh no, it's gone again. Oh wait, no, it's back.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. It was so weird. I got back all the way to P1. It was feeling really good for me. And then when the safety car just came, I needed to let past everybody. I was like, what the hell is going on here? And then again, the second safety car that was just one or something to let the whole grid be complete again or something. I don't know. Yeah, it was really weird. I didn't know if I'm going to win or not. So, but yeah, the pace just made it everything perfect.
You just have to get through that and then as soon as you're racing, and that's it, just get back on with it. But no, you did everything you needed to do today, buddy. As the winner of the race is usually the man that does everything they need to do. You called the pits right, even though you had that mistake. You obviously got your fuel and your tires in at the right point. You pushed hard when you needed to push hard with the pace. When you were fighting, I noticed that you were a little bit more cautious than, for example, some of the other cars that you came up
Yeah.
towards the front of the grid. You had obviously you'd come from all that way back, and you had a lot more to risk. And this weekend we were talking about this before the race. Michael and Alex not being here, this was a great moment for you to take this
Yeah.
win.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
then we saw the penalty, and we were like, oh no, this is going to be so crazy. Cristiano's got the pace to do this, but he's going to have to do the whole thing, a championship drive, and I think that is what we've seen from you today.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I know. I needed to serve a penalty from last season, but I forgot about it when I got it. So, yeah, I'm sorry for that. But yeah, I don't know. Everything just fell on its place. But what you were saying about leaving the space and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to mess it up. I just came all the way from back, and then I just didn't want to crash because
Yeah.
I knew I would have messed it up again.
And you had the
Maybe.
pace to
So,
keep pushing forward.
yeah.
But if somebody
So,
had said to you, when they were talking about this penalty from last season, that on the weekend that you serve your penalty, you would win, and not only would you win, but it would put you in the lead of the title by quite some way.
yeah. And I think, I don't know for sure, but maybe if you can look it up or something, because I already closed off iRacing, but maybe I got fastest lap because I was flying, but I'm not sure. But yeah,
Well, you
extra
certainly
points.
had the fastest lap in qualifying. You had a 8/10 oh, sorry, in practice you had a 8
Yeah,
tenth advantage over everybody.
yeah.
But I can
Actually, looks like Matt Turner has a 28.489, and you had a 28.509.
Oh, really?
So
just
you,
pitch you
you
there.
got beat just by a little bit.
Oh, well,
But anyway, again, a fast lap there in the middle of a race like that is a high risk thing to do, isn't it? I mean, you've got to get your head down. I mean, obviously you're the fastest driver because you moved your way to the lead, got knocked out the lead, and fought your way all the way back through everybody to get back to the lead. And
yeah.
yeah, incredible mental strength there, buddy. Really, really, really well done, and congratulations on your first win in the IFL. I bet it feels great. You were due. It was Michael, and then it was Alex, and we were all looking at you thinking, Shegetman's got to do it this weekend, and you've done it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah. It was good. It feels so good because you don't really often see somebody come from back, back, and then win. So yeah, I don't know.
Wow. You currently enjoy a 15-point lead in the title over second place Alex Gutenecht with 43 points. You have 58 points, buddy.
Oh,
Yep. Yeah, you have
That's what-
58, Alex with 43, and Michael with 28. So you got
So
a
you-
little, you got a
yeah.
little lead there.
Yeah,
Oh.
and that's gonna, they're gonna gang up on you as a team. I feel if they're both back at the next round, you're gonna get some teamwork.
Yeah, I need to watch my back.
Yeah, man. Practice like mad for Barcelona. But anyway, dude, you had a
Yeah.
mega race, and yeah, well done on the win there, dude.
Yeah, if I can just say one more thing, I just when I was racing Anthony, it was a lot of fun. But sometimes I really thought like, why the hell is he moving so much off his line? It was so irritating sometimes, but eventually I got past. Oh,
I'll let it go. He went right to the limit of what you would consider
Yeah.
sporting and fair. Any more than that, and you'd start to go, "Cool, come on now." A couple of those times when he was coming down the back straight,
Yeah.
left, right, and I thought he's got to make a decision now. And then the next
Yeah.
time he'd come around, he'd pick a side and stay there. And I thought,
Yeah.
okay, it's
but-
aggressive.
yeah. But it was like every time I got the inside, I got past him, and then it was like 2-3 times or something. And one time, or not? No. It was 2 times I went on the inside. It was on one of the last 3-4 laps or something, and a little bit against when the safety car, well, before the safety car, I think. It
He's had
was
a
when
great brake pedal, didn't he?
Sorry.
He had great brakes, didn't he? Every time you'd get a good run, and he would just stuff it on the brakes. Every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Sometimes he could brake later than me, and sometimes I would brake later than me, and then him. But yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun to battle with him and Rob as well. But unfortunately, we touched one time. But yeah, it sounds a little bit stupid or something, but I'm just going to say it was not really my fault. I
No,
was I was holding my line, so and he turned a little bit too much in, I think, but I don't know. But yeah.
you know this. We look at everything. You have access to the stewards the same as they do. We're all going to look at the race and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I don't. We covered
Yeah.
most of what we already saw, and they said there was a couple of little moments of contact. I don't. I think between Anthony and Rob as well. I think
Yeah.
Anthony tapped Rob, and Rob ended up off big time. But
Yeah. Well, it was close racing and I loved it. So.
and that's it. And you want to win a race like that, don't you? It feels almost better if you pull away from the lead. I mean, it feels good to win a race. You drive away from the lead and you win all
Yeah.
the way from flag to flag. But when it's thrown away like that, and you really have to dig deep and you
Yeah.
pull some things out of yourself you didn't even know you could do, and get it back.
Mhm.
Home Grand Prix win.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I
Smashed
was
it.
racing.
Smashed it. Any shout outs before we move on?
I want to give a shout out to Ivan. He helped me a lot with training, and he just said he kept on saying, even though you are beginning at the in last place, just keep on driving and focus.
That's all you had
So
to do.
yeah, big shout out to him.
That
One
is
more
all
thing.
you had to do.
Yeah, yeah. It was like when he said that to me, I was like, okay, now I'm gonna try my best to win because. But like even if he didn't say that to me as well, I was cruising for my feeling. Everything just fell in its place and it was nice.
Glad you're enjoying your time at the iFormula League, buddy. And we will
Yeah.
be looking at your car for more podiums and more wins throughout the remaining 15 races to go.
It's okay, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
congrats again, Cristiano.
Yes. Sorry?
We buddy, great racing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. My Wi-Fi fell away a little bit.
Well, we'll see you next time, Cristiano.
Yes.
Catch you later,
All
buddy.
right, man. Yeah.
All right.
And-
So that is our Zandvoort Grand Prix. What a crazy race we had.
That was I'm still in my head. I've got like the first part, and then the second part.
Yep. Yeah. It just was two completely separate races there. I mean, it was the
Like,
race at the
order
beginning.
was really mixed up, wasn't it? By that middle. And what lap did the safety car come out? 20 something.
Yeah, it was, I believe it was 28th or 25th, and then started back up on the 28th or 30th. So it was a late caution, and it just got everybody bunched back up. As we saw Ryan jumping up into first for a little while there, and then that gave Caitlin the opportunity. Cristiano got shuffled back, and he had to fight again. So it was just a crazy restart, crazy, late caution with two cars spread throughout the middle of one of the turns there. It was definitely needed, definitely warranted, and it just made a crazy race.
Did I'll just run down as we're now looking at this board now. A fantastic win for Cristiano Schegerman there. Anthony Wallace taking a great hard fought second place there from another newcomer, Caitlin High, in third. That finishing off our podium. Ryan Campbell there with a staunch fourth place next to our pole sitter, Matt Turner, converting into P5 there for a great recovery for him. Steve Bunting, a great points finish for BE Racing there in front of Corey Schartzer, the other turning point. Adding more points to Schegerman's win there for the constructors. David Trumbley takes good points there on his first race for Glovebox Racing there, as Vinny Fiera finishes in 9th to take 2 points there. As we see Eric Beddoes complete an all points finish for BE Racing. In P11 we have Mr. Boggs, as we see him quite far down the race there, so for him to be there is quite good. Nick Marshall taking honours in P12, Dustin Slater in P13, and then our DNF finishers with Rob Slighter, Tyler Lewis, and Brad Neer. Quite some laps down, those guys. Unlucky for the guys that didn't finish today. As we will move on to round 4 of the iFormula F3 series, where we will be going to Barcelona, a massively different track to this one. A lot more space, a lot more of a traditional Grand Prix circuit. These guys will have a lot more space to fight, a lot longer straights to get it done, and crucially, tyre temperature is a big thing in Barcelona. You have a lot of fast, high-speed corners, much faster than here. So yeah, another exciting race in Barcelona. Be sure to tune in to our F2 race, which will take place in exactly 6 days' time on the Saturday, 24 hours before the next F3 race on the Sunday. And that's everything from me. Alex?
I just want to say thank you, all these drivers, for putting on such a great show. And thank you to our sponsors here. Once again, Butt Kicker Designs Ltd. And automotonews.gr. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for supporting us so much. And these drivers, once again, great job. And then also the all the other admins here, putting in all the time, all the effort to make this thing run and make it as great as it is. I want to thank all you guys. So other than that, let's look forward to Barcelona. We will see you guys out on the track then. Until then, see you in 6 days.
All right.